1, hit it. Good evening, everybody. We're live. How's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? How's everybody in chat? Who we got out there so far? Import Man's out there. King Jig. Gurr is in the house. DTF. Kenny B. Raven Shadow. Who else is out there? Oh, look at there's a Lumi and an Adam and a Stand Up is out there. There's a Divine. Who the fuck is that guy? There's all kinds of people out there. Kenny B. Look at that. Swag's in the house. How's everybody doing? How about everybody on the panel? How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Same here.
Amazing.
Outstanding.
Feeling a little left out that everybody has a legitimate fidget spinner. I'm over here with my little cube.
Don't, because I don't have one either, or a cube for that matter.
Nope.
You have a 3D printer.
I still don't have a spinner.
He also has no desire to fidget.
I could spin this little sphere.
I'll just fidget on this.
I'm not hating on people that spin. I just don't spin. I'm not cool enough.
Mr. Wheeler is out there. Welcome, welcome. So, a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Anybody, first and foremost, I want to clear all rumors from the board. Since I did see Meter make a repost here, anybody who believes that nonsensical bullshit that he put on Facebook about me switching teams to the Bears can go fuck themselves, because that ain't happening anytime soon. You have to fucking cut me. Like, you have to cut that right out of my heart, because that ain't happening. All right, now that we put that one to fucking bed, that's one decision that has been made and is final. It's not changing. Doesn't matter how bad they look. The decision's decision. Been doing a wee bit of thinking and pondering about the show here. Because we do, I've been doing this for over 2 years now. And to be honest, kind of getting bored with the format a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy fucking coming in and hanging out and talking shit with everybody. But I need to do something to change it up. I don't know if I'm going to shorten the show up a little bit just so that way it's more action-packed. Because y'all notice there's generally a lull, usually around the hour and a half mark usually. Where we kind of have hour and a half somewhere in there where we got to figure out something real quick and on the spot. And don't get me wrong, last week's show was fucking excellent. Tippo, you were fucking phenomenal out there just banging questions out. I enjoy those kind of random shows like that where you guys are picking questions and letting us just discuss whatever topics. However, I don't ever come in here with a plan, because that was never the goal of this channel. It was always just to come in here, hang out. Yeah, we talk a little bit of vaping, but I also, to be honest, I just want to fucking hang out. I don't get to do it. I have a fucking 3-year-old. There's no such thing as personal time. This is my personal time. Unfortunately, that's why the show is so late as well, because I have a 3-year-old that I have to put to bed. unfortunately, for those of you that are on the East Coast, like fucking Nick over there, it's fucking 10:30 over there in his neck of the woods. I mean, I'm starting here at 9:30. I'm wrong, but I think it might be time for a little bit of change. So, I mean, I'm just not sure what route to take it. And it's something I am thinking about. If you guys have ideas, by all means, run them by me, whether it's via message, even here in chat while we're hanging out tonight. If you guys have ideas, let us know. Raven, Shadow Vapes, I do like where your ideas there with advocacy. We can always talk advocacy. There is nothing wrong with that. However, on the other side of that, I don't want to be, because of the way that I started my channel, I don't want it to be solely dedicated to one specific thing. I enjoy that whole just talking the gamut of things, from vaping to fucking catch it trebuchets and everything else in between. To be honest, I think what I'm needing is I'm needing another just unplanned Saturday night. Try to get myself back into it, because I think that might be happening actually on a Wednesday, possibly, but it won't be a full 6-hour long Saturday night, because I have, in a couple of weeks here, I have a Wednesday, Thursday off, so I might do a little bit of drinking.
I thought that what happened last week with Pippa asking questions stuff, that chat driven like question thing was fucking awesome. That really, I think it works for a lot of people. It keeps it exciting the whole time, and you're finding out new stuff about people, not only on the panel, but about people in the chat, because they're answering the questions also, and it's just fucking awesome.
And that, to be honest, that is one of my favorite things, is getting to know you guys that are out there hanging out. Not everybody wants to come on the show all the time, and that's perfectly all right. I have no problems with that. I don't mind talking with you guys if you just want to do it in chat. It's fine. I know initially I wanted people to come on. Then I realized not everybody wants to do it. So I haven't really put it out there much. Because, I mean, yeah, we got a few people here and there. And I appreciate anybody who did come on. I know some of you, it's just not your thing. Some of you would rather just be in the comments hanging out with us. Perfectly fucking awesome. That's part of the reason why I love doing this, because I get to talk to you guys, even if you're not face-to-face like everybody else here on the panel. It's great. I know I miss a lot of shit in chat, and a lot of people, like I see, go back and watch the replays because they've had shift changes or something that you notice aren't still here, but they go back and they watch the replays, they leave their comments. Like, to be honest, one of my favorites, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not to pick anybody as a favorite person or anything, but I love when Socrates watches the replays, because he gives play-by-plays of what's going on via the messages he leaves. It's fucking awesome. So you know exactly where he is in the show. It was amazing.
Yeah, he's fantastic about that when he's able. Sometimes he's not able, and you just get kind of a lump. But yeah, those are always awesome. There's something to be said for what you said. You know, tightening it up a little bit and having a specific time. Like Giz on Fog Life, it's in like an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half or shorter, and we're gonna be done. So there's something to be said for that format.
Well, yeah, and that's my thought, because you know you do realize there is those slow spots in here where I'm going, I don't enjoy that, because if it's me and I'm watching somebody's show and they just fucking just die off all of a sudden, that's when I click away. I'm like, okay, bye, have a good time. And I don't want you guys to get bored out there either. I'd rather have you guys entertained the whole time, because if you're tuning in to watch us, fuck, least we can do is entertain you, whether it's talking shit or talking vaping or advocacy or hell, talking about sports, whatever the case may be that comes up that night. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'll probably give it a test run here in a couple of weeks. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't have anything set in stone as far as what I want to do. But I'm really seriously thinking about cutting her down, because I realize 2 hours for a lot of people, especially if I want to get anybody from the East Coast to come on and hang out, 2 hours for them, that's fucking, let's see, I get done 11:30, that's 12:30 at night, or in the morning, however you want to look at it. Some of those people got to be up early. That's a hard ask for some people. As I know some people are up at the butt ass crack of dawn like myself, and if I'm going to bed right after the show and I got to be up at 4 or 5 in the morning, whoever it is that's over on the East Coast, they got to get up at the same time. They're getting a lot less sleep than I am. So maybe it is time to cut her down a little bit. But by all means, put your guys' thoughts out there on that. I would love to hear them. It's because a lot of what I want to do is I want it to be viewer driven. I want you guys to kind of lead the way in what you want us to do. Don't get me wrong. I want everybody on the panel to have their own say in what we should do as well, because these guys are showing up week in and week out. They all definitely deserve their voice. It's just the way it is. But I want it to be viewer driven mainly because it's not about me at this point anymore. If it was still about me, I would have quit a year ago. When I hit that 1 year mark, I realized I wasn't doing it for myself anymore. It's for you guys. So by all means, please, you guys lead the way for us. Tell us what you want. What do you think about cutting down a half an hour, ending it at like 11, maybe 10:30 Central Time, an hour and a half. Maybe some nights if it's going real well, yeah, we can always run late if it's going well. I have no problems with that, but same time, just a couple of ideas to sling around out there and get you guys' thoughts on.
That's how I do it on
double
Twitch.
dare you.
Like I'll play a video game, but I really like to just communicate with my chat. If I notice chat's really not there, I just kind of feel like I'm just sitting here staring at my computer screen, just playing a video game. But if viewers are actually there and talking, I really enjoy that, and I'll stay a little bit longer if people are really enjoying that company, because I enjoy that company just as much. I'm like, yes, meeting new people, getting to talk with people, it's my favorite thing.
Right, and then you have like the crossover too, where it's like vaping people are coming into your Twitch channel, and we're all talking vape, and you're meeting new people who've seen you on, on different shows and stuff, and it's just like a nice little network of cool people, And I totally agree with you, TJ. Like the shortening of the show, I think that's like, even if it's just a half hour, I think that's a pretty money idea. I think it just would focus things a little bit better.
And
people are more likely, my bad, are going to more likely click on the stuff that's a little shorter, an hour and a half. When people see that 2 hour, it starts getting a little scary.
Yeah.
That's exactly spot on from what I've seen from just looking at general analytics and what other people say about their channels. Most viewers, the most time they're going to watch a show on average is usually 20 minutes lengthwise. And that's, if it's an hour and a half show, they're going to catch 20 minutes of it if they're watching a replay. So it just sounds way better to just go down. Look at that. Eastdale is right on with the rest of us. We were just talking about that prior to the show starting. Like a fucking cholo on Easter.
Yo soy Guisardo.
What's up, Paul?
Oh, love it.
How many shows does the same people appear? There's a lot of people that appear on a lot of shows. I appear on a lot of shows. I know that. Jesse appears on a lot of shows. Fresh, Gizzard Stew. Lumi's been on all the shows.
It's because we're all friends and we all hang out.
Well, with the friend shit, Jesse.
I mean, not us, but others.
Yeah. But when you do look at analytics, like when I look at my videos, I have a whole bunch of array of videos. I have 5 hours, a lot of 3 hours, then I got hour longs and half an hours, and the most watched videos are under an hour. Like I get like 600 views on a 3 hour. That's like the people that, the hardcore people that watch like every day. I'll have like, the 600 views for them 3 hour videos, but for like the half an hour to an hour, I'm getting like 20K views on them. Like I'm getting a lot more views on them than I am anything else.
It also brings back a bit of freshness and excitement because you're not straining to talk about whatever you can reach for. Instead, you're cutting yourself off at a certain extent, and then next time you come on, you're just like, I got something to tell you guys.
I think a bit of vaping trivia, maybe just engaging with the chat and, getting a little bit of like what's new, just engaging with some interesting information regarding the vape industry, whether it be advocacy type of trivia from a news story that happened during the week or something else.
That's a fantastic idea as well. And I mean, because I kind of have a tendency to want to start the show with something a little more serious and then just let her fucking ride from there. And I say a little more serious because it's not always serious in the beginning, even though it is sometimes. Like today, kind of serious start, which it just need to be put out there because that's how I've been thinking the last couple of weeks. And I'm going, I got into what I feel is a rut. So all these little ideas like that, that's fucking fantastic. Maybe one week do advocacy, the next week do something about a new piece of hardware that's coming out or something like that.
I mean, everybody on the show has passions outside of vaping. Like, it's, I love the 49ers. I love the Detroit Pistons. I love pro wrestling. So what you could do is ask the people that are coming on the show regularly to do like this weekend. Like, you've got a professional musician sitting right in the corner. We really haven't done a musical spot. We're not taking advantage of the silkiest radio voice on the internet.
This is true.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, you weren't talking about me. Okay.
Yeah. Sit back, Adam Pilarczyk. We were talking to Pippa.
I'm gonna pull Addy Tooney.
Way to jump the gun there, buddy.
The smooth tones.
Really, really bad.
You have Gizzardo the Magnifico over there. Gizzard's got some interesting things he's into. I won't say what he's into, but he's got some interesting stuff that he's into.
We also got me over here. There's a lot of exciting things going on with video games. Like, if anybody here does dabble in some of them, Overwatch just released their Halloween special.
Dabble.
Dibble dabbles.
I really enjoy this seasonal stuff. Like, I like to get into it. So when video games are like, hey, we're going to spooky up a map and make a special game mode for you to enjoy this holiday, since you can't really go out and trick-or-treat. I'm like, yes! Pumpkins, hay bales, costumes.
Yeah, when they did that in Fortnite, you were so excited. You were like, pumpkins! Oh! It was awesome.
It was actually a haunted tomato, but it looked like a pumpkin. I was still excited.
Yeah, we could talk vaping and MMA all night, TJ.
That I can do that all fucking night. I can talk MMA all day. In fact, there was a couple of those things I did kind of want to talk about. Even since Meter isn't here, I don't give a shit. Because there's a couple of new things that have come out.
Is he coming later? Meter's coming later.
I think so.
He pops in later usually.
I always look forward to the Meter sermon. I call it the Meter sermon at the end of each show. It's just,
That's it. I mean, I sent the Meter a invite, so if he shows up, he shows up.
You muted.
Just a matter of one. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I accidentally clicked my mouse. Whoops. You'll have that, but yeah, he may show up. Usually he does. It's just a matter of when. If he's dabbling in the devil's lettuce there, it might be a little bit.
Wait, what was I supposed to... Wait, what? I was supposed to do what?
Son of a biscuit.
Play golf tonight.
In a t-shirt? Golf? Done like that.
He's out on his lawn just swinging away with a wedge, just launching golf balls at the neighborhood kids.
Hey.
Also, I'm not too sure if this might be too serious of a topic, but I know I logged into one of my browsers the other day, and I was really excited / heartbroken. 123 children were recently found.
In a well?
They were either part of sex trafficking or just...
Oy.
It was a huge bust. I don't remember where I saw it, but just the highlight of it. I wanted to go back and read it, but I don't remember where I saw it.
I was going to say, what city was this in? Because 123 is nothing. is nothing compared to what's going on as far as human trafficking in this country goes.
Oh, but that's still incredible, though. Like 123 children have been rescued.
Yeah, that's. I mean, a lot of cities do it for publicity to say, "Hey, we are doing something," even though they're really not. Like, especially with like human trafficking and drugs and things like that. You know, they'll get in on somebody that's kind of mid-level, and they'll go do a bust, and you know, and then they'll have that photo op with the mayor standing in front of 100 kilos of heroin, even though there's another 1,000 on a truck right behind him just leaving the port. So yeah, it's
just the small dents. But I did find the article. It's like 123 missing children recovered in one-day Michigan sweep.
Whoa.
Wow.
See that?
That's close to home.
Yeah.
So it's just nice to see like a small dent.
Which city was that?
Michigan.
Owen Ginter says Detroit.
Oh, that was in Detroit. Were they smuggling in Canadian children? Like, where were these kids coming from? Most of the time,
They found him in the basement of Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese was doing it, Gizzard Stew?
That motherfucker.
I've always been suspicious of that sumbitch.
Yeah, I didn't trust him.
Yeah,
Dirty fucking rat.
His little rat eyes.
Makes sense though, doesn't it?
It makes a lot of sense.
Fucking rat fink bastard.
They found him in this tall building with all these rooms with chalkboards in it with desks all over, and there was like a teacher lady there. Weird.
Hundreds of them everywhere. Learning and shit. How dare them!
It said it
I think
happened.
they said it was an old shul. It was an old shul or something.
Don't you know?
It says it happened in Wayne County. 3 of them were pulled aside to start getting help because they were part of or linked to sex trafficking. One of the teens recovered in the sweep was homeless and had not eaten in 3 days, so was redirected to DCF.
So these are like kids that they were pulling off the streets of Detroit and sending somewhere else?
I think so. They're not doing a very good job of explaining it. It's just what I can find right now, but I was still pretty...
What's up, Scott?
...to see that.
Scared!
Can it be?
I like Raven Shadow's suggestion out there. What about doing vape pairings with different drinks? I like that idea a lot.
You know what everything goes with? Blackcurrant juice.
Yep. Blackcurrant goes good with everything.
This sounds a little crazy.
Everything in life is better with blackcurrant.
I agree.
I'm on the East Coast, so I actually just woke up not too long ago, which makes no sense whatsoever, but
Not even.
I just had coffee with Coffee Delight cinnamon roll coffee creamer.
Mhm.
It tasted really good with custard, Mr. Gizzard Brew custard. Like that was a surprising one for me. Normally I'm like, what do I want to vape with coffee?
Custard's
Banana
the best.
bondage. Banana
Banana
bondage.
bondage is another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, banana and coffee is a surprise. Is an amazingly good pairing.
Yeah. Absolutely. I remember doing that recipe, but it wasn't entirely a coffee and banana, but it was a little bit of mocha and banana, and surprisingly,
Rob Scanlon, I have.
Right there, fresh in a good way, for once.
Rob was asking if anybody's added butter to their coffee. I definitely have, because butter's also good in everything.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the fucking odd duck here. I don't drink coffee. I don't even like the smell of it.
I'll have it. All I have these days, every once in a while, usually on Saturday morning, is a cup of decaf.
Really?
I normally just drink green tea.
I don't drink anything caffeinated anymore.
Is bulletproof coffee still a thing over there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, as long as there's an MMA / cross training game, bulletproof coffee is going to be mighty popular.
Right.
Or the fucking Black Rifle Coffee Company, some fucking veteran-owned coffee company with extra caffeine, because God knows we need it.
I bought stuff from a company like that and that's where I got a lot of my coffee before I finally quit drinking coffee. It was really dark, really vicious stuff.
It was called Folgers for Soldiers.
Extra Joe from a soldier named Joe.
Now that we've got all of the kind of main thing I really wanted to discuss about the decisions that I'm kind of dabbling in here.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Let's do chat shout-outs.
We can always do chat shout-outs.
Hell yeah! Kenny B!
Kenny B!
You just want an excuse to scream Kenny B at the camera.
Chevy Man!
Oh yeah!
Scott! Kitty Cat!
Scared!
That's how Ivana says his name.
Scared!
Don from the door!
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do chat shout-outs, right? But one person doesn't do it. We should all have to get one and see if we hit somebody twice.
Let's try that. Who's going first?
Promise Brown!
Chevy Man!
I was just gonna say Black Cat White Face.
I already got both of those.
Joey to the motherfucking O.
Oh.
Rob Scanlon!
Vaping Swag.
Joseph Kerr!
Saturation Station.
Owen Ginter!
Eastel.
I can't even say Easdale's like that because every time I see his little avatar, I just go, meh.
No beard. I get really excited when he shows up in my Twitch chat. I'm like, yeah, Owen's here.
Don Carrillo!
But we have a WoW bond.
She's not here.
Woodtick Mike!
Okay, yeah.
Juan Castillo.
What did you say, Gas?
I don't know. I was trying to make up a name that we know is normally in chat.
It reminds me.
I don't think I've seen one.
No.
They actually need to be in chat to shout them out, Lumi.
No.
JFM!
Maybe they'll hear, hey, somebody shouted you out on this show. You should go check
Scott
out
Miller!
Oh, so we're shouting out people we want to be watching the show?
Yeah.
Giancarlo!
Hurrah, Giancarlo, hurrah!
It's Castillo.
G!
People we want on the show? Grim Green!
Rip Trippers, come on down so we can freestyle together, brother.
What's up, kiddies?
Oh shit, 50 likes on this video and Nick Devine's doing a giveaway.
Nick Devine!
I think we gotta get 50 viewers first.
Winner pays shipping, guys.
Hey, we're
Spread the
too
word.
shy. It'll happen.
You'd be surprised, yeah. You'd be
I
surprised.
forgot that I already liked the show and I liked it again.
Yeah.
That has the opposite effect.
You liked it so much you disliked it.
50 likes!
Here, I'll help you guys out, chat. Here's a thumbs up from
Randy Huffines! Huffine? Graffiti!
There you go.
Randy!
Body.
Hitler!
You can't pull that up right now.
Oh.
Ow! Son of a bitch, cat.
Son of a bitch, cat!
Whose name is that?
That's Scott. That's Black Cat White Face. Son of a bitch, cat. No, that was my cat biting on the top of my foot when I wasn't doing anything to her. I was doing nothing to you.
I call him Cat Eye for the white guy.
I think a few of us have seen that CBS thing on vaping, right?
Yep, and then also anybody who's watched the 510 report, Grim did a good piece on it as well there.
The CBS Morning News thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah, I was, to be honest, I was quite surprised when I watched it, because I watched after Sunday morning, of course, but I actually watched the whole video of it, and I was quite impressed. It was pretty balanced on what they did there. I was, for being kind of a major news source, I was impressed.
That was like the most balanced thing we've seen yet.
Yeah.
It was downright positive.
Almost.
It's all surprising.
It was. I mean, it was quite a. It was good to show somebody who is made the switch and is now part of an advocacy scene who is doing the right things.
Train Sonic.
And I think the funniest piece in there made it very clear what a lot of people trying to get other people to switch to vaping are doing. When you see her talking about trying to get her dad to switch, and her dad says, "Not gonna happen."
Ain't gonna happen.
I was like, "Yep." There's a couple of those doors I beat on over and over and over, and you just don't get there with everyone.
Yeah, you're not gonna touch everybody and get everybody to jump on your train. So you just have to accept it. You do what you can and make them, or at least give them the proper information and knowledge. And if it don't work, then it don't work. But maybe, I've seen a lot of times those same people that are like, "Fuck you, I ain't quitting. I'm gonna continue smoking." 6 months down the road, a year down the road, all of a sudden you start seeing them with the little vaping device, little mouth to lung thing. And you're like, I thought you weren't going to quit. So they might not have done that had you not gave them that information. And
Rob, I don't think that Gottlieb has a multiple personality disorder. I think what his issue is he wants to do the right thing, but money is telling him to do otherwise.
There's a multiple.
Well, that and vaping as a whole pretty much refuses to listen to him and do what he's asking. And that's also been the problem, is that all the fronts are so divided. Like we don't have one group of people that can stand up and say, "Hey, this is what we should be doing." The closest thing we've got to it at this point is Juul. And whatever Juul does here in the next little bit, that's probably what we're all going to wind up having to do. So,
you know what? To be honest, from what I've seen from them so far, I think they're moving in the right direction with the way that things can pan out well, as long as Juul continues to make those right steps.
Mm-hmm.
As I mean, even when they brought up their ad placement in that, talking about how they marketed it with bright colors and people looking hip, it was gone. They made a good point there.
They did the same thing that every other fucking alcohol company does. Yep. Alcohol is a far worse problem in this country.
And that's exactly it. However, on the same side of this, to be on that safe end of things, we have to do away with that. Because if it looks hip, they're going to immediately go, well, Big Tobacco was doing the same thing back in the day. So you had the Marlboro Man, fucking Joe Camel.
It's going to have to be like plain as fuck.
Yeah. Which is perfectly fine. Nobody needs a bottle to be all fucking flashy to know that fucking liquid is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
You know what? This is as flashy as a label as I will ever need.
Yeah. Well, really, we don't need those flashy bottles and stuff anyway, because there's enough vapors where the word of mouth of what it is and what the different flavors are going to kind of have their own thing that happens now.
Even look at this. This right here.
Yep.
Simple, those new sexy swag labels.
Yes, they're classy, but they're not flashy.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. Things like that are all right, but when you get way too overboard on the flashiness, that'll cause problems, because they're going, you're marketing the minors. Because it's always going to come down to it's for the kids.
I think to the core of this conversation is it's all about sowing the right seeds and we'll bear the right fruit. If we go back to Jesse's example before, just talking to people and giving them the right information. Now, look, that's what I did with the next door neighbour, for example, months ago now. She's all of a sudden gone, shit, I can't afford $200 a week. Yes, because it's $200 a week for the average smoker here in Australia to smoke. She came over to my place last night wanting to get set up vaping. She was dead set against it. Didn't work for me before, but it's okay. When you're ready, I'm here. And she took advantage of that. It's about advocating, doing those occasional bits of sending stuff to parliamentarians, letting people know that it's still an issue and not forgetting that. Because, you know what, we could have just given up here in Australia, but now we've got a health minister who's turned around 6 months after saying, no, we're not going to consider vaping with nicotine, not on my watch here in Australia, to literally only weeks ago saying, yeah, okay, let's have another look into it. So as I say, it's all about sowing seeds and to bear the right fruit.
You know, one of the things is people get really turned away from talking to people if they're so gung ho about continuing to smoke cigarettes, and we see people like that because we've dealt with it, and we see other people that are like that, and we just walk away and we don't give them the proper information, and it's because we don't feel like we're reaching them. And like I was saying before, just because they don't switch that day and they're not just ready to do it, doesn't mean they're not going to do it 6 months later because of that information you gave them. So don't give up on those people that are, fuck you, I'm not going to ever quit smoking cigarettes. I love cigarettes, you know. Go ahead and give them some information if they're willing to take it. Don't preach to them, but give them some information, and they'll make a decision. Maybe some of those people are just hard-headed, and they have to make it seem like in their own head it's they're making this decision, and you're not doing it by preaching to them or whatever like that. They have to do it in their own time, and then they switch over, and it's all good. We just can't give up on those type of people and just not do it because we think that they're going to be so resistive to it, because it helps. Everything helps.
I actually
it's like the people that say like the worst thing is as a newborn Christian or a newborn or a just recovering drug addict, because they're always preaching to them. So it's like the same thing with vaping. Like, you don't want to be preaching to people, but if somebody says something negative about vaping, usually what I'll say is, you know, we're not saying it's 100% safe. We're just saying it's a better alternative, and we know what smoking does. I'll take my chances with this. That's what I always say, is I'm going to take my chances with this because I know what smoking does, and I know how I feel when I'm vaping this. Yeah. And people are hard-headed, but you know, you kind of just have to be a little more hard-headed and not get into an argument, but show that you know some kind of information on it, because it will. I've had that happen many a times. I know a lot of older guys, like a lot of older Irish or Italian guys that are just very stubborn, and you know, they're like, oh, I don't know what the fuck that's going to do to me in 30 years. Well, I know what that's going to do to you in 30 years. There's no need to be so negative, because you don't know what this is going to do to you in 30 years, but I'm guessing it's going to be better than what that's doing to you. I'll take my chances with this. So, and they end up turning around, and, you know, after a while they have a jewel or they have something and they're asking questions.
Speaking of the jewel, that is something I did want to address there, because I did see JFM put out there. He's got a fear that Tingham with Jewel kind of leading the way with the whole FDA thing. He's worried that they're going to think that that's a vaping standard, that a pod system is what the standard should be, and just kind of wipe away for the rest of the enthusiasts, thinking that all the other devices are not doing the same business. Where I can see your point there on that. However, on the other side of that, they already know that there's other products out there that people are using. They're just looking, in my opinion, to get a set way to deal with everything and show that, hey, they are listening, trying to do things we're asking them to do. As much as I think there's still an alternative motive to completely shut it down. I mean, talking about all these flavor bans, that's a quick way to shut down this industry, quick, fast, and in a hurry, because without the flavors, how many of you, actually, you know what, let's go this route. How many of you that are in chat or here on the panel strictly vape tobacco or menthol? Do any of you do that?
Nope.
There's
not a chance.
Not a chance. Exactly. I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat is the same way. You might vape a tobacco or a menthol here and there, but it's not going to be your daily driver, because that's what we all moved away from. So that, I think, is, if they're going to send us down, it's going to be that route.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, if Juul is willing to take those steps forward to show out what can be done about it and kind of lead the way, and I say lead the way loosely, because without knowing what their mindset is going into that and having a clear plan of what they're going to do. I don't know that I fully trust them to do that. I mean, I like it because they're huge. I think I saw something earlier that said Juul is now surpassed, Tesla for the fastest startup or something like that?
Facebook.
Something like that. Or Facebook, yeah. Whatever the hell it was. I look at that and I go, that's huge. So if they do the right things and lead the industry in the right direction, I'm perfectly all right with that. However, if they've got some alternative motive to just blow everybody out of the water, not okay with it.
And they might. You don't know yet.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, yes, there's been some positive things coming out of them, but we don't know that that's the only thing that they have in mind.
That's right, because they could sell out.
Yep.
They're not likely to at this point.
There's a few companies that are big enough to buy them.
I don't think they're done making the money that they want to make yet.
Yeah, I don't like, if anybody's going to survive everything that's coming, it's probably those guys, and then they might be sitting by themselves.
They're the roaches of the vaping world. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying they've got enough money to not give a fuck.
You're right.
Right.
I was just kidding around about
that. But they still are a startup. They started the company like 3 years ago. So they might go, oh yeah, well, give us $7 billion and then we'll just all retire and you guys can have it.
Although, look at how young the guy who started that company is.
That's right.
He's only in he's late 40s.
Late 30s, early 40s, something like that.
I thought he was in his mid to late 40s, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, but he's still young enough where he's got plenty of life left in him to continue to fight.
Yeah.
And make sure his family is taken care of for the next 15 generations.
They probably already are at this point.
Yeah, they definitely, they don't have to worry about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if you saw that company be bought out by somebody huge like Bayer or Pfizer. Just saying.
Yeah. That's still a hefty price tag that they would have to put on that company.
Yeah, but just think what that would do to the industry.
That would decimate it because they would immediately eradicate it if it's one of those big pharmaceutical companies.
Well,
no, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't eradicate it, but they certainly wouldn't be They would be taking it in a new direction to make sure that the mom and pop places were completely out of the loop.
And that's what I mean. They would eradicate. I didn't mean as they would completely shut it down, but they would eradicate it in a way that they would screw everybody over.
They would consolidate it to the point where all we had was pod systems and 2 flavors or whatever.
Do you think we should be mad at Juul for letting them for wholesaling to gas stations and to 7-Elevens?
I don't think so.
Not really.
No. Why would we be mad at that?
I don't know. I mean, after what we see, I mean, I guess in foresight.
It's up to the gas stations and all those places to ask for IDs and stuff and to make sure that they're not selling to underage people and all that. And
that's how.
Should we be mad that they don't stop?
That's how they grew their market share. They're not, how do you think they got that big?
You used to be able to buy a Juul on Newegg, for the love of God.
Right.
Like, so it's, you might still be able to. Like, they took their marketing wherever they could, and I can't blame them for that.
No, and to be honest, if you're putting it in a gas station or a cigarette shop or anything like that, more power to you because you're giving somebody a safer alternative that is out there for them to choose. I like where that's at. Now, because somebody's failing to ID people properly, I'm 100% behind this. That is not Juul's fault.
Well, they never marketed to kids or anything like that. That was never their intention, and so it's not really their fault that that's where it ended up in the hands of.
And here's the kicker with that is, I am 100% behind them putting it in a gas station. On the other side of that, you put it in a gas station, you see a lot of kids, teenagers, going into gas stations a lot. I know I did growing up.
Yep.
Guess what? I want to go get a soda or something else. I'm gonna wander the gas station first to see what's in there. Look up at the shelves of cigarettes because I was a smoker. See what's on sale. Whatever else was there. They're gonna see it. They're gonna wonder what it is, and they're gonna want to get their hands on it. And it's just, for one, it's human nature to be inquisitive about those types of things. You don't know what that thing is. You want to find out.
One of the unfortunate thing is that you have a lot of parents that are enabling their kids by letting them do these things also and getting them for them. I've met several parents having my vape shop open that were letting their kids do vape. And as soon as I found out that they were coming into my store getting liquid and stuff, and they were giving it to their kids, I refused them fucking service. Like, you might be an adult, but I know what you're doing with it, and I can't sell to you. I'm sorry. See ya.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a liquor store, that's what a convenience store is supposed to do. One thing that kind of struck me is that the Juul display was like in my 7-Eleven that I stopped by. It's in arm's reach, right next to the door. Like, I'm sure they're paying for that front and center, type thing. But I mean, like, there's not a lot stopping someone from grabbing a handful of Juul pod refills and hitting the bricks.
That's not how it is here. Yeah, but here it's right next to the cigarettes behind the counter.
Yeah, that's where I think it should be. But yeah, it's like I was noticed that the other day. I'm like, those are right there. Like, if like I stole a pack or two of cigarettes when I was a kid. Like, what's going to stop these kids from just as they're going out, just reaching up, grabbing up one of those boxes and running? Like, not a lot.
We kind of got the reverse issue here. It's an upside down world here and down under, because one, you can't see mods in most retailers throughout the east coast of Australia in particular. There's a lot of states have got laws where you can't even see stuff. And so there's not even attractive. But the problem is with that is the less exposure, or the less volume going out to gas stations, servos, as we call them here in Australia, and all that sort of thing, means that they, like places like Tobacconists and niche little businesses, sometimes get their hands on vape products and they push the hell out of the margin of it. For example, a little Aspire Pocket X I saw sold at a local tobacconist for $80 Australian. Now, the going price on that is probably about $25 to $30. Now, for $80, they're literally gouging people. So that's the kind of flip side. So there needs to be, I think, a bit of a balance. I mean, what's the other answer? Do we put all these devices into chemists? That way that, it's going to the right people who need it for the right uses. But then, is that feeding Big Pharma? There's so many open questions here,
Another question also is, Fresh, you was just talking about you can get them on Newegg and stuff. Like, there's still a lot of the ways that the kids are getting these devices are online, and because there's a lot more now, but for the longest time there hasn't been very much age verification, and kids are just able to use their mom and dad's credit card, get on there and order, and they're going to do that anyway. But
and then they tell their parents it's a USB drive.
Yeah,
or it's a flower vase when it's really a bong.
So age verification is kind of a thing too, where that can kind of stop kids from doing. I don't know what the answer to that is, but a really good age verification system, like a regulatory type thing or something, would where it's everybody has to use the same. I don't know.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying last time. I don't think I came across the right way. Is if your ID actually had we could put a scan bar in everything now. It's so easy. We have these chips in our card now. Our ID should have that, and you should not be able to buy anything like cigarettes, tobacco, vape goods, alcohol without scanning that chip. It should just not be able to go through at all. Like, there's no way you could buy it without your ID.
We might be headed there. We may be.
I think that's happening sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I see that in a lot of places actually here already. Mm-hmm. They've got barcodes on the back of our IDs here. Yeah. And they just scan the barcode, whether it's for liquor, tobacco, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So they should have a standard for it where everybody kind of.
if it goes that way, then they don't really have, their argument is not good, because you can't buy those products without it.
That's what's fucked up about their whole argument is they're blaming stuff on Juul and other vapor companies when it's all in their power. Like, this is your problem. It's not really our problem. It's your problem.
The other thing is I remember when Juul was a popular singer.
Yeah, she's from Alaska, though.
I have a friend who actually grew up with her, and she was the annoying kid sister.
Mm.
I was like, bet you're thinking back about that one quite a bit, aren't you?
No, it's meant for you.
There you go, Adam.
There we go, Adam. All right. Taking advantage of that professional musician. Like I said, TJ, we've got something here.
We do.
She's a great prankster. I remember seeing a YouTube video where she literally done all the makeup and everything.
Oh,
and went
yeah,
to
I saw that.
karaoke night. And,
Yeah, that was
totally
great.
I thought that was really good. That was really good. Yeah, more artists need to do that. That's for sure.
I was kind of surprised that she was born and raised in Alaska, like that. I don't know. I don't know why.
Okay.
Living that homestead life.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's still is that TV show still on there? The one about her family?
It still is. Yeah, she's been on it a lot more than she had been.
Probably trying to drive the ratings up.
I don't watch none of that reality TV garbage.
That show's actually fairly amusing.
I like watching it for the amusement, not for the reality side of it.
I just can't get into that shit because I don't care to be a fly on the wall in somebody else's house.
Is Nick Devine down there? I see him doing the 4 life thing, so I'm not sure what he's
Trying to get 4 more likes so we can do that giveaway.
Oh shit.
We need 4 more likes, peoples.
Smash that like.
Dude's a tire, and I started throwing gang signs.
Nick says, what?
We got 48. 48.
Gizzard Stew's just like, Minnesota?
He said.
We got 50. We got 50.
There you go. That might be the first time I think I've hit 50 likes on a video in a long fucking time. Apparently 51! I need to go on here a lot.
Son of a bitch!
Gizzard Stew's go Broncos. Like, what? Gizzard Stew? I'm not sure that's a gang sign.
We got 56.
Oh shit!
It's amazing.
I want to say thank you to everybody that thumbs up on this thing, including myself.
Good job, Jesse.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse.
All right. So everybody guess a number. Whoever wins has to pay for shipping. It's like $4 in the U.S. and it's like $15 outside. You're going to get 3 coils and just guess a number from 1 to 50. I'll hit the button on the number randomizer 3 times. The third number will, whoever's closest without going over, the first person to guess the number will win. So just guess a number from 1 to 50. Anybody that wants in, that will pay shipping for 3 coils.
To make it clear, they get 3 sets, not 3 coils, right?
3 sets.
Okay. That's awesome.
Randall Hayes, I need to address this really quick. If you don't like me, you're fucking lying. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Get the fuck out of Dodge.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't mind calling Randall out. Actually, I don't mind calling anybody out.
Magnificent.
Wow, look at that. There's so many people who is typing in chat that I've never seen in chat now. Once there's a giveaway, bam, everybody comes out of the woodwork.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll type in chat now.
I like the fact that G-Mat's out there, who's an amazing builder. He's still trying to get in on the Nick Devine coils.
Oh, yeah.
Please, please.
How did he do that? I don't understand core building any more than probably a lot of core builders don't understand DIY. But that's cool. That's cool, you know? I mean, there's very few, but I have come across a few. I'm good at both. Very few.
What was it? Fucking old drop bear there. What that guy puts together, cool.
Drop there.
Yeah.
Drop there
Not to mention, his woodworking is amazing too.
Yeah, he does some gorgeous tips. He really does.
Welcome, lurkers.
And Berry Hot just said she got here. We're currently putting in numbers in the chat for Nick Divine Coils.
Yeah. You gotta like the video, subscribe, and guess a number.
1 through 50, closest number without going over. You have to pay for shipping.
Nick said stop. Nick said stop.
I can't take it no more. He said stop.
Then stop.
Stop.
Okay, so
James Capozzi says he thinks Berry Hot should be the prize.
Nice.
And on next week's show, we're giving away Lumi.
Huh?
Whoa.
Nobody
Ready?
wants that. Nobody wants that.
generate once, generate twice, and this third one's gonna be the winner.
You said closest without going over.
42.
Ooh.
So someone had 42 on the head.
44.
Yeah, I thought I saw that. Scott Miller.
Scott Miller.
And he's
Yes.
the first one to get 42.
He was
Congratulations,
the first
Scott
number.
Miller.
He's the first one to
life.
put a number in all together.
He's got
Yeah.
the psychic
What?
connection.
Life, the universe, and everything.
Right? 42.
Way to go, Scott Miller.
If you could just get in contact with me on either Instagram or whatever, Gmail. I'll put my Gmail in there and my Instagram.
1 week I come onto the panel, you give away coils, so I can't be in it in the chat. But that's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's fine.
He did say continental U.S.
What did the fox say?
No.
You know what's fucked up, Pippa? You asked before I knew he was going to do a giveaway.
Yeah.
If I'd have known that and you wanted coils, I'd have said, no, you can't come on because you want coils.
Well, no, I just don't want coils. I want Nick Divine coils.
Yeah, we can make.
Don't get me wrong, I want Kenny B coils as well.
In case you missed that, Pippa, he said we can make that happen.
What? How about? I'll talk to Kenny B. How about I get Kenny B to send me coils, and I'll send you both of our coils.
Oh, that would be lovely. And then, yeah, awesome. Thank you. I feel kind of over.
Well, yeah, I mean, we know that's how the coil business works. Like Nick is like, I just made up a huge batch of aliens, but really what he did is he just put an order in over at Kenny B.
Maybe I'll take one of each, and then I can share them around and just share the glitter around down under. So that way, there's a little bit of extra bit of Divine, a little bit of a bit of Kenny B splashed around Australia.
Them Eddie Tooney Twisted coils are always amazing.
He's the mad scientist of that single coil.
He is. Which reminds me, I need to send him a message because I need some for my little itty bitty K-Fun.
I love when you do that, and he sends your message back like, just send the whole thing to me.
Yeah.
Wait, what? It's like, yeah. I got a new mod that I've been trying out on K-Funds. I'm gonna put it on yours. Like, oh, okay.
Sweet.
I can't wait to put one of those coils on the recurve on the top side, on the purple top side.
Well, he can tell you where to get them, but if anybody out there has not tried Nick Divine coils and you're looking for some, get his stuff. They're worth every damn penny.
Yeah, just hit me up on Instagram. That's where I do most of it. So.
Yeah, don't miss out on that if you need coils. You won't be let down.
If there's anybody on that build team who makes phenomenal coils.
Yep.
I'll say it. I got myself a nice little pack of fucking Freddy's coils sitting here.
Nice.
Yeah, those clean AFs are awesome.
And
That's where Nick gets his aliens when Freddy's busy. It's like, hey, Freddy, I need 100. Freddy, I need 100 sets. I got a sale coming up. I got a sale coming up soon. I need to send those out.
It depends on a sale. It depends who's cheaper that week. Kenny B or Freddie or if Addos are really cheap and the math's right with the shipping from Australia, then I'll get some of his.
And then turn around and send them to Pippa.
Yes.
It's not that bad. I've sent stuff out that way before.
Yeah, Australia's not that bad. What's really bad? There's a couple. Actually,
Canada?
shipping to Australia is a little bit. What's really bad? Yeah, I'm surprised Canada is so expensive considering.
Yeah. The UK is pretty expensive. New Zealand is really expensive.
I don't know. I sent a pretty heavy package to New Zealand, and it was cheaper than what I thought it was going to be.
I sent a package out to Mox, and it didn't seem like much to me, but it wound up being like $60, and I was like, what the fuck?
Holy!
I was like, all right,
Not awesome.
Not
awesome. I think it cost me like $25, and I was like, yeah, it's international. Go figure. Not a big deal.
$60.
But the UK to US, it's cheap. It's cheap as fuck to ship stuff over here.
Yeah, I was surprised at at Chef's shipping. I was like, oh, that's highly reasonable, especially for how much.
Fucking genius.
Yeah, when I shipped stuff back from Scotland, it was way cheap. I was like, oh, okay,
that's cool.
$60.
And stuff her up your butt.
Jason feels left out because he's lurking and couldn't type because he's driving.
Aww.
Oh, we got Johnny Bravo in a dress. Well played, Meter.
Doing his best Marilyn Monroe there.
Highly reasonable.
I can say I did enjoy that cartoon. That was a good cartoon.
Yeah.
Not that they can see that out there, but that's all right.
I would like to welcome Meter.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, sir. And now that you're here, I can officially want to talk about this just for a brief moment.
Fight.
Yes, it is about the fights. What the fuck is Big Daddy Dana thinking? Why are you gonna?
What you talking about?
Look, I'm saying this because cardio for days, fucking the Black Beak Lewis. He said he wasn't ready. He fucking said it. I mean, he's gonna go in there and swing for the fences. We know that, but dude, that is such a shit show. That 230 card, they should have just scrapped it, in my opinion. But money talks, and what do you think?
I think the problem is they announced Joanna versus Valentina, and the world lost their fucking mind because they've already fought 3 times, and it's been 3 great fights, but it's been 3 times where Valentina kicked the dog shit out of Joanna, and they're trying to put Joanna back on that hype train to get her back to the big status that she used to carry before Rose whipped that ass. And then when Valentina fell apart, when the Valentina and Joanna fight fell apart, and they announced that Valentina was still going to fight for the belt just against somebody else, and then they threw a fucking random name versus Valentina for the new 125 ladies belt. That didn't move the fucking needle at all. And then Diaz and Poirier tried to play that whole, we're going to do the 165 championship, we're going to initiate the fucking thing, and Dana was like, no, the fuck you're not, and then the needle sank even more. And then we found out that Poirier got hurt, so that whole fucking fight is off the card now, and the needle basically fell off the fucking chart, and Dana was like, shit, Derek, you're going back in there. We've got video of you guys laughing. This will be funny as shit. You're not gonna fucking hurt him. He's not gonna hurt you. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. There'll be great quotes before the fucking fights. Here, somebody put it on fucking Instagram, and you saw
that's what it looked like.
Today.
Although, the one question I do want to know: what is your thoughts on the now set in stone Gustafson and Jones?
I think that is a beautiful way to do it. DC has cried for a fucking year now that he's quote unquote done with the John Jones saga of his life. Well, you seen him at, what did he weigh in at, 261 or whatever the fuck it was? Dad bod mode is in full fact. Like, I don't see him cutting back to 205 anytime soon, because now him and Golden Corral can be buddies again. And at the same time, everybody gets to see one of literally the greatest 205 fights in fucking history run back with all the adaptations from both sides of the career. And John gets a shot at his belt back without having the DC saga. Plus, once this is over, if everything plays out the way you assume it's gonna, John's gonna have his belt back, DC's gonna keep his belt, and then you've got the super fight set up between John and DC for either belt.
Yeah.
For champ status.
Yep. John could be a double champ at the end of it.
DC wants to prove he's the champ. Well, hold that fucking 265 belt, let John get the 205 belt back, and fight belt for fucking belt.
That's a great idea. Although my favorite thing about all of that right there is no fucking Brock Lesnar in the picture at all. Take your ass back to WWE, you lousy sumbitch. Don't get me wrong. I love your post-fight interviews because they're fantastic. But you don't need to be in there. Get the fuck out.
That was my first thought. As soon as that got announced, I got a message from a buddy of mine on Instagram going, "What do you think happened to Brock?" And I just give him the judgmental gizzard stew face. Blinked like 6 fucking times. Like, Brock Lesnar could piss in a cup and it would melt the fucking bottom of the cup. What do you think happened to Brock fucking Lesnar?
That's it. Huh. Oh, now that I got that out of my system, I feel better now. Actually, Lemmy did put something nice in chat there. That is a good idea. What is everybody's idea on what Dawn is dropping over at a door here shortly? We don't know when, but it is coming. What's everybody's thoughts? What do we think kind of profiles are going to be?
For some reason, I'm thinking candy corn, but that's my mind is just...
That's not something she would do.
I doubt it, but for some reason, my mind is still on candy corn.
No, candy corn really isn't her style. So
I agree, I think.
Yeah, it'll be has it been a while that she hasn't done?
It's not deep dark berry bakery.
You know what I haven't seen in a while is something that's more fruit based, because a lot of them lately have been more bakery type or custardy. Like, we haven't seen something since like the strawberry submission to be really like on a more fruitier note. I think it could be
blueberry something.
Still kind of bakery-ish or custardy though. That's why I'm going maybe something that way. I have no fucking clue. I know I'm not one of those people who has insight into this one. So
grape.
None of us do.
Grape.
So, which, you know what? I can say I'm excited and disappointed at the same time. The reason for this is I'm excited because there is going to be something new, and I know it's going to be fantastic, whatever it is. But I'm disappointed because right now I have weaned my vaping funds down so low because of building this new computer that I might not be able to get it right away. So and it's kind of a double-edged sword for me. I am excited though for it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just going to be fucking fantabulous. I know it. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. And I just said fantabulous. Jesus fuck me, man. What am I turning into? Dawn, you are fucking with my vocabulary.
It's fantabulous.
It's great. It's going to be purple grape.
I'm kind of excited that a lot of people don't really know what it is, because then it gives us this opportunity to have that wild imagination and wonder what she's up to.
Ooh.
People are saying blueberry.
A cereal, babe?
Like the cereal?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure whatever she does, she's going to knock it out of the park. She's not really a cereal babe type of lion.
No, she's not. But you know what? That does bring up a good point, because I do remember when she got her hands on that bowl of joy, she said that was fantastic.
It's possible she did. It's possible she decided to go off the rails and.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that that'll be the case. But you know, it could possibly.
She probably stole another flavor from Ned.
I bet that's what you should ask Ned what he dropped.
Well, we know it's not going to be a pecan pie.
That's true. It's probably not a pecan pie. Probably not like a McDonald's apple pie. Probably not like a caramel apple thingamajigger.
Or an orange creamsicle.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's probably not a creamsicle.
Probably not a lemon. Probably not like a lemon meringue or anything like that.
That's
Owen Ginter, you're barking up the wrong tree if you're asking Dawn to do a strawberry.
How about coffee?
I can see her doing a good coffee. Like a nice coffee custard. Dawn.
Need more coffees. I only know one so far that people have been recommending, other than one of the commercial ones. It was Cold Brew, but the only one I've heard of recently is the Vaping Swag coffee. So more coffees out there would be nice.
His coffees are amazing.
His coffee's delicious. So is Disco Java.
Yeah,
from Ohmageddon. If you like just a straight black cup of coffee, it's fucking fantastic.
That's good, and I don't like coffee.
Yeah.
For what it is, it's spot on.
Dimlin says praline pie.
My boy Fuzzy out there just said, "Who's the bearded one in the bottom right? He's so hot." What's up, brother?
That would be Nick Devine.
Yeah,
That's really
the
fucked up. On my screen, it's
the
Pippa, so I was taken aback for a second when he said it. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, oh, it's Adam. Never mind.
I forgot that Swag sent me this Golden Joe.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
I haven't tried it.
Oh,
You should give it a shot.
I will.
That's coffee.
we want to taste it with you by virtual curiosity.
I mean, I can break it out real quick.
Well, let me live curiously through you.
Okay. Let's do it.
Do it now.
I'm really glad he redid his labels though.
Saturation Station thinks it's going to be something with chocolate in it.
I was thinking a nice hot chocolate for the colder season.
Hot chocolate. That's it.
Ooh.
Didn't I just do that? Damn it, Dawn! Don't steal my recipe.
You just
unless you are going to call it utter devastation.
Oh.
You can use my recipe if you want to call it utter devastation, Dawn.
That was good. That was good.
You know, Saturation Station, if it is a peanut butter cup one, I would die and go to heaven. That vape budget that I've trimmed down a lot might fatten up really quick.
Oh God, a peanut butter cup, people would go wild.
I've tried some commercial ones that try to do it, and they're just fucking bad.
Yeah, they're generally not good at all.
All I taste is sweetener, and I'm going, God. What I would give for just one good one. It's like there was one commercial, semi-commercial. It was made by one of the local shops here for a while, but it was a peanut butter banana sandwich with a strawberry drizzle, and it was fantastic.
Really good. That was a really good liquid.
The downside is they don't make that anymore, so I can't even get my fucking hands on it. And I've been dying for a good peanut butter vape, but I don't want it to just be straight peanut butter. And that's the problem. I want something where it's balanced like that one was.
See, I just got sent one. I can't even remember who the fuck makes it now. It's one of the commercial ones, and it's basically supposed to be like a ripoff of a Reese's cup. And it, like, I vaped it for like 20 minutes and then immediately chucked it, and I'm not going to do a review for this pile.
It's a failure.
Hello, ID Voca.
What's ID Voca? What's up? Yeah, that Golden Joe is really, really superb. I like that one a lot.
I want it.
Nice and smooth. And Swag's coffees are the frickin' best. Are the best.
His blueberry almost made me cry last night.
It's that good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It literally brought back one of the most, like, the best memory I had with my grandfather. When I was young, I used to go out into his garden and pick blueberries off of the shrubs that he had. And we'd go back inside with our hands full of blueberries, wash them off, and I would just shove the whole thing into my face. And that blueberry donut reminded me of that. And I almost cried, but I was so happy because I have not tasted such a genuine blueberry.
Olfactory memory is like super like poignant on the brain. Like when you smell something that you remember that takes you back to a better place, it like really hits you emotionally. It does for me at least. I think every
Do you have the Swag blueberry flavor, Lumi?
Yep.
Yeah, she got flavoring too.
Good.
I'm probably going to do like a single flavor testing and then review it and tell more people about that memory because it just made me so happy. It made my night.
Does Swag sell like shots like
concentrates?
Oh really?
He makes probably the best blueberry one shot you will ever find.
VSO flavors.
I think it's just, everything's just on the Vaping Swag side isn't it?
This is the blueberry.
Yeah, just open it up and sniff it for a while.
The flavorings are still VSO.
So it's the VSO.store, right?
I think it's that store.
No, it's not VSO.store anymore.
I think it's flavor.
I think it's all under vapingswag.com.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's on both apparently.
Oh, it says on both. There you go.
Yeah, it says. Ooh.
And then I got this. I believe it's a one-shot white chocolate blondie.
Yeah, that's a nice.
Ooh.
Fuck it.
That one is good.
Yes, Randall Hayes. Swag's right there, but yeah, he does make his blueberry concentrate. Several of his concentrates he makes himself. The apple, the strawberry, the blueberry.
A lot of the fruits.
That blueberry, you can't beat that blueberry. That is the best.
Oh God, that just
Still got a little bit.
beautiful.
Still got a little bit of that left. Just a little bit of blue.
The blue is really nice too. That blueberry banana Irish cream.
Hell yes.
Yes.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. I remember the first time I had that, I was like, son of a bitch, Swag, what have you done? That's how I show my appreciation for people. I swear at them.
Son of a bitch.
Like
Felt that way with Polysyn.
the inside of a blueberry, like you get that tartness of the inside of the blueberry once you get past the skin of it. It's.
Yep.
This is just.
Spot on.
You know what? That might be what's missing in my life now that you said that, Adam. That volley song. That's fucking fantastic. That's got
It's been a while for me.
That is one of my favorites. Although I will say now, of that line, that fucking Apache line,
it's so good.
It's so good. Like I didn't think I was gonna like mint and vape because everyone I had was just menthol-y. No, that was like a cream de mint in there. It was fan-fucking-tastic. It also makes me miss the freak show, though. No, God damn.
Freak show, though.
Yeah, that freak show, though. That stuff right there. I don't know why I like that so much.
I don't know that he's out. I think he's busy in school right now.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't see him out there. However, nonetheless, love those guys to death. They're fucking outstanding people.
Ooh, that lateralis though.
Gizzard Stew's just messing with me now.
Huh?
Apparently.
Playing a commercial.
That always surprises me. I don't know why.
It's just been a custard, that's all. A custard. Always been a custard.
Oh my gosh. A little bit of that blueberry with Gizzard's custard pudding.
Good idea.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm doing it.
Could do a strawberry custard. You could do a blueberry custard.
Nope. I'm doing his blueberry.
A peach cuz.
Well, yeah, it's Vaping Swag, so you could ask him.
Nope, not asking, just doing.
An apple custard. A coffee custard. I would like a coffee custard, Gizzard Stew.
On some 3-year-old this one. Wow.
3-year-old this one.
Vaping Swag shushing me.
That was for Lumi.
No, I got
Oh,
Shoosh
he
too.
got one.
Yeah, he got his own.
Oh, you did.
Raven Shadow. I have not tried any of the Sticks mix flavors. I don't know how interested I am in them. So
Yeah.
I've heard
No,
they're good. I've heard they're good, but
Very good.
I just don't have a lot of interest in them.
It's a really good coffee. It's got like I almost want to say it's got like a kettle corn kind of
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
Horny, huh?
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be what a
Caramel macchiato.
caramel macchiato, but yeah, you definitely get that nice buttery note in there. That's generally a little.
He says, "Let me just lick it."
I'm not gonna say anything. I like swag. I'm gonna stop right there.
What are we licking?
What are we licking? We're licking up Golden Joe.
Look, Kim Dixon wants to know: is the VSO apple sweet or is it more tart?
It's a sweeter apple.
Ooh, with the Yanni got it out. Holy shit, that's impressive.
I got like we could do this week in DIY with Fresh 03 on the show.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's
We can
another
do
good
all
idea.
kinds of things.
Fresh
Oh,
DIY
Shit, we
corner.
could talk about Batman's dick.
Nope.
Yeah.
We've been down this road already. Doesn't need to be brought up again. I'm over Batman's dick.
I bet it talks
That
like
was
this.
an uprising because
The Dark Knight.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
Well, because we're getting closer towards the end of the show here, I'm going to bring it up again. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the show when I brought it up, I am going to change the format of the show in some way, shape, or form. Right now, it looks like I'm probably going to shorten the timeline on it. Probably start with like a half hour, see how that works. And if it's still dying out with an hour and a half, I'll shorten it down to an hour. But I do want your guys' input. So if you guys want to message me on here, on the Instagrams, wherever, shoot me a message. Give me your input on what you think, just so that way I have some ideas to throw around. Because, like I said, I want this to still be a viewer-dictated show. Like, I'm still going to have shows that are you going to be choosing your own destiny on what we're talking about. They're not going to be all the time because, well, that takes the fun out of it if we do it every week. But just some ideas on what you want there. You want a thesis moment? That means I got to get thesis in here because I can't give you a thesis moment. Only thesis can give you a thesis moment.
What's up, Ninja Kitties?
I have an idea. I know that it's always good to go around the room. I feel like whenever you either open up a show or you close a show and you go around a room, it always sparks conversation when you go around throughout the whole room and ask either what you're vaping, if you got any new stuff, whatever. I understand that lots of us are on the same show, but we don't always do that. Like this week, we didn't do that on Gives It's Food show. We didn't go around and see if anybody got anything new. So maybe if we as a group opened up a chat for the people that are in these shows and kind of said, we could just kind of remind each other we didn't do this on Gives It's Food show. We could do it here, or
Give me a minute. There's already kind of something like that. I'll just add you to it.
Yeah, I may already even be in there, and I just don't.
I don't think you are.
So, or if you if somebody has a topic that they want to discuss, they could also say it in there, and that'll get other people ready to have a discussing point with that topic. This way, you have somebody, you have something to talk about already before you call.
One of the things I was going to mention earlier when you guys were talking about converting smokers was Adam and I have been actually looking together for an RTA. Well, an RTA for my father-in-law. I am hoping For Christmas, I'm going to get him an RTA. I'm going to build it. I'm going to offer to make him any juice that he wants because he's also a diabetic. So I'm going to try to chase after some of those sweet things that he loves so much and try making him flavors. I want to change out his coil or his cotton every other day. But I'm just determined to buy him an RTA. So far, I've had my eye on the Amit.
What about that one? That one. That would be perfect for a father-in-law, would it not? Father-in-law. The intake by Mike Vapes, it's quite a nice, tidy RTA.
Kylan. Lots of people like
a drip tip like that. I don't think you're going to be able to get to your father-in-law. You know, but yeah.
I was thinking like at first I was thinking about going for like a Zeus or an intake or the Dead Rabbit RTA, but at the same time I'm not shopping for myself. I'm shopping for somebody that's significantly older than me and smokes religiously. And so I'm thinking maybe get him that mouth to lung taste. And I don't really want to get him a pod system because of the way that he does smoke. I feel like he's going to be chain vaping. So dual batteries, mouth to lung is what I'm thinking.
Okay, maybe a top side with a MTL RDA on it.
It's always a hard choice to make because you never really know until after the person tries stuff whether they're one type of person or another.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you tend to do like cheaper vaping devices for people that do it, like the Boulder's. The Boulder's perfect. You spend $10, you get 2 extra pods. It's refillable. You plug it into a USB drive and it recharges itself in like 15 minutes.
That's a good starter, and the pods are $2. So.
Yeah, it's a super cheap device, and the flavor on it's good. It has a good flavor tank, but I tend to agree with Woodtick Mike. If you're looking for a mouth to lung tank and you want the best of the best,
the Berserker.
It's the Berserker.
Yeah.
Now, is that bottom airflow or top airflow?
Berserker is I think it's a bottom. Yeah, I think it's a bottom.
What I was thinking, and another part of my thought process, is that he has a really bad case of shingles. So I was thinking, and on top of this, he's a smoker, and it's crazy. So if I do this, I'm trying to also hope that the liquid doesn't get on his skin. So with an RDA, my over drip, and with an RTA that's top flow, it's less likely to touch his skin.
Yeah, I didn't know that. What is Eliquid or is shingles very sensitive to Eliquid?
It's sensitive to fucking everything. I can tell you from firsthand experience. I got it last year when I moved into this house.
He has to buy certain shirts because the shirts will literally pull the skin off of him.
Yeah, and depending on your age, it gets worse with age. So like me being in my 30s, it was bad. But if I would have got it, let's say 20, 30 years from now, it would be bad enough to probably damn near put me in the hospital bad. And depending on the age of her father-in-law, it's the same concept.
It's about in his late 70s. So
Usually that goes away after a few months. So after treatment.
You can say a few months, but there's not really a set time frame on how long it takes shingles to go away. Like mine, it took a month and a half. But when you're older, because your immune system is not as fully functioning as it is as like somebody who's in their teens to 30s, even up into 40s.
It's not as robust.
It's not as robust, so it takes a lot longer to go away. There's sometimes where people can have it 6 months to a year. Because of the immune system. I mean, it's something that your body will fight off eventually in most cases.
His flares up all the time. The second it starts to go away, it just flares right back up.
Yeah, and there's people that it's... I mean, once you get shingles, like, it's going to happen again. It's just a matter of time.
Because I've had it, and it's a single coil one, I say the intake. The intake's a good tank, and you can dial the airflow down a lot, and it's top airflow and all that stuff. It
doesn't leak.
Yeah, don't leak. You can dial it down and dial it up, So whether he likes one type of vape or another, he has everything in one, and it's just a single coil.
And most of my thought process through trying like a pod system too, like I was thinking about trying him on a pod system, but I also have some nice devices around. So if I can get him in an opportunity where I can speak to him and not have somebody nagging me that smoking's bad regardless, that's my goal. And I would like to show him a nice mod so he knows what's out there, pod versus mod with dual batteries.
And the other thing you want to think about, since you are working that route, get a couple different options from a little mouth-long pod type device to like a small sub-ohm pen or something like that, like
a Juul.
What is it? Those
well, sometimes like a bigger device that has batteries,
something like that. Yeah,
it's all overcomplicated for people that are going from smoking to vaping. Because they got batteries they got to take out, and they got to charge the batteries, and
he loves tinkering with stuff. Every time he gets a new smartphone, he'll figure it out faster than I can. So I think a mod, I don't think.
Well, I know people that are tinkerers, and they do all that stuff a lot. But when it comes to switching from smoking to vaping, it's a totally different thing to them.
This is true, because you got to look at it like this. When you smoked, what did you do? You ripped out a cigarette and you lit it.
Yeah, you had a smoke and a ladder.
So you got to think on that line of, are they really going to want to go through the hassle of switching batteries out, whether you're a tinker or not? Because that smoking thing, it was this.
Yep.
That was it, and you were ready to go. You were off and burning.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer type thing.
The same concept. If you're going to get somebody switch, you probably want to start them on something that's similar to that, where it's got an internal battery or something like that, where they don't have to think about it. They plug it in once a day and they're good to go. Like when they go to bed, they wake up, they unplug it, and bam, you're good.
That's not saying a month later or 2 months later you can't give them a better device or whatever, but you should probably start out something a lot more simple where there's not a whole lot involved right away.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is I wouldn't go straight to a battery device where they're doing that right off the get-go. I'd start something with like an internal battery, but I would line up a couple options, like a pod system, maybe like one of the, the smock fucking sticks or whatever with the small sub-ohm tank on it. So that way you can figure out which way he likes better. That's going to give you that better opportunity for him to actually quit, because you got to find the right style for him. And he's going to be the only one who's going to know which one he likes better.
Yep.
And I mean, you can always do the old fallback, Nautilus Mini. That's got.
Do they still sell that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Nautilus Mini has gotten more people off of cigarettes than probably fucking Juul. So.
Yeah.
The Nautilus Mini would be great.
Yeah, because you can go mouth, you can go MTL on that sucker if you want, and I mean even wide open. I mean it's still they're pretty restricted.
The coils are widely available and cheap.
Yeah, super cheap.
It's like even there's a lot of mouth to lungs out there, like that you can choose from. The Rock, you got the Sorin products, the Air, the Drop, whatever else it is they fucking make, I forget.
The Drop, the Air, they've got a Duo. The Duo sucks dick. Don't get the Duo. But the Air and the Drop are both excellent devices.
The Smock and Phoenix.
Yeah.
Mine quit on me, so.
Did it?
Yep.
I heard that one spit back a little bit too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's certainly a nice looking device, and it's helped a lot of people, and it's cheap when you go to a show, unless you hit the wrong booth.
You can pick them up. You can pick them up for $16.
I remember what you're talking about now.
and Volca brings up another good one. The AIOs. The AIOs are always a good choice. That's a great little mouth lung that they can fill up. You just twist the top off, fill the line, put the coil back in, and you're good.
I'd have to disagree with you on tinkerers and cigarettes, because my cousin Ned, right? He's a tinkerer. You take apart the cigarettes and pull out the good tobacco strands and take out the bad ones, and he would cut the filters down, and then he would wrap them back up and smoke them. So I just have to disagree with you on that one.
Well, I need to know whether he was smoking the good ones or the bad ones, because that makes all the difference. If he was doing the bad ones, then don't listen to anything that Nick just said.
He was
Mr.
smoking the
Lumian-Law, Mr. Lumian-Law will sit there at his desk and roll his own cigarettes.
I like that, Mr. Lumian-Law.
Wait, I take that back. Anything that Nick says, you should listen, and you should probably believe it. He don't lie.
You know what we're not going to let get away before you end this stream?
What?
What are we talking about?
On the East Coast, as of 5 minutes ago, it is Sticker's birthday.
It's whose birthday?
Oh, Stickler.
Ain't mine.
Happy birthday to Jesse.
I don't have a birthday.
He was so excited that he wasn't going to be on a live show for his birthday. And you know what? East Coast,
Happy
it's your
birthday to you.
I live in the Central Time Zone, and so it's 11 o'clock. 11:05 right
That's
now.
why I said East Coast.
Happy birthday to you.
It's not really my birthday yet, guys. Nice
Happy
stuff.
birthday to you.
Half century, how does it feel?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It feels incredible, Pippa.
Doesn't it feel great to have friends that don't forget these kinds of things and still find a way to drag you into them?
It's not even my birthday yet.
You're halfway to
It
100.
is.
birthday to you. Yeah, where I'm at, it's your birthday. It's October 11th.
That's right,
fucker.
Sticker.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Well then,
I was like, who's Sticker?
It's been your birthday here for a long time. 14
Happy
hours.
birthday, you old bitch.
I'm only 32.
I'm the fucking Pope. In case anybody wants to know.
That's all I can say is them streets been rough to Jesse. Been rough.
Beat down, drug out.
Happy birthday, Jesse. Does it still stand up?
I don't know. I haven't checked lately.
Because I don't know if my drill sergeant stands at attention.
He's looking forward to a good spanking.
Well, thanks everybody for all of that.
Oh yeah, happy early birthday, brah.
Well, since it's not your birthday, we're going to have to do it again.
That's right. We can run
The
for
chances
another
of
hour.
this stream going on until 1 a.m. my time are very slim, so I wasn't letting this one go away.
Golf Tee's like, nope, you're right.
I can tell you that with 100% certainty. That shit ain't happening. No, I plan on being in bed at that time. Although my little guy just woke up. Thank God the missus is home, so I don't have to grab him. But fuck.
I plan on being in bed in 15 minutes.
That's my master plan. Ask anybody who's ever tried to hang out with me after a show.
That's right.
Like stretch and do a couple things, and then I'm like,
I'm gonna go get my food coma on and go to bed.
that's right. Gonna grab some dinner, and then I am out, bitches.
I'm gonna go put myself into a food-induced coma and call it a day.
I'm gonna go sing at a bar for a couple hours. It's karaoke night.
Nice. But you're gonna do that tonight?
Yes, sir.
I double dare you.
This late?
You should go out with him, Jesse.
My friend calls me.
I don't live nowhere. I live like 6 hours from him.
He always says, let's do karaoke. I'm like, well, it's on Wednesday, so you have to come back from the bar and come and pick me up at 11:30 because it starts at like 9:30, 10 over there. But he always comes back, picks me up, and then we go back to the bar, and then we hang out.
What is the song of choice, Adam? I need to know.
My song, like the one that, like, if I can't think of like some random song to do, I always do "Let's Stay Together" by Al Green.
Give him a little bit of it
I'm
right
not
now. Improv. Come on.
Come on.
I can't without an accompaniment.
We can't go with you.
Well, we can't give you an accompaniment because then I'll get a copyright strike.
No, I mean,
not if you pull there's copyright free versions of.
You have a guitar right next to you, Adam. Let's go.
I only have one microphone though.
Oh, you need Nas, and look what he did.
That's all you need. All I'm hearing is excuses, and none of them are valid.
I'll spotlight, please.
Smoke
This is for you. Happy
on
birthday,
the
Jesse.
water.
I'm so in love with you.
This is not for me.
Wanna do Jesse Stucker is all right with me. And that's all I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
But it was just getting so good.
So brand new. Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's just say Adam doesn't come home alone from the bars on Wednesday very often. That's all I'm saying. Jesse's like, it's only a 6-hour drive. I could be up there.
I sang that one night, and I had a woman tell me that her nether regions were moist after I sang.
You're like,
that's awesome.
There was one dude in the front row that came out the closet.
And that's when he did not fuck up.
I've had that too. Like, oh my God, you're amazing.
That's a joke by a comedian.
And then she's all like, here's my number, call me maybe.
No. It might be your birthday, but no.
If someone in the greater Chicago area could please get Adam Pilarczyk doing Call Me Maybe, like I would pay some hard cash for that video.
I guess you could always just do a punk version of it, right?
That's what we need to do on
Like a little Me First and the Gimme Gimme ass.
We've been talking about taking a couple of pop songs and turning them into like punk songs. We were gonna do I wanna be a billionaire so fucking bad, but doing it like punk, like
All right,
fast.
TJ, this is what we're going to do for your show if you're okay with it. We need to get Adam set up with a second mic. Every night before we close out the show, we need a little bit of karaoke from Adam so that he can warm up before he goes to karaoke.
And I want to see Meta join in. I want to see Adam do the traditional version of the song with the Meta come in and do a little bit of punk version with it. Just be like a really beautiful fusion, I think. Or a beautiful confusion.
We have the technology.
Yes.
Call it in fusion.
And then the chat gets to pick out the song. Ooh.
Oh, I'm totally leaving the show to go be in chat for that.
Wait, do you give them a list of like 10 songs they can choose from, or that it's just random?
No, we'll have somebody awesome on the outside type in chat first song requested here that shows up and now, and then the first song that pops up is the one that comes up.
So yeah, but that would have to be the song for next week because I can't just like pull any song out of my ass.
Okay, so then should we do that real quick? Before you end, TJ? Are you up for this?
To suggest a song.
Whatever, it's not my show. You guys do what you want.
That I learned a bit of.
All right, we need somebody with a wrench to type in first song requested now.
Blibbity blah 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 blah. After that.
Ice baby.
Oh, I got signed out of chat. What's up with that?
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Okay,
there we go.
There it is.
I mean, that's easy. I could probably do that right now.
Let's hear it.
There's the second one is I'm turning Japanese.
I already know that one too.
Awesome.
So bang bang chitty chitty bang 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 we love you bang bang. There you go.
Perfect.
Oh, good God.
It's one of my mom's movies. She loves that movie.
All right, so then next week we'll be turning Japanese.
Cool.
I'm going to request Killer Queen.
Nope, you don't get to make a request unless you get in there.
You know, the turning Japanese one, though, every time I hear that, I just hear the punk rock version of it.
That's kind of where I was going.
Yeah.
Just go total Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Yep.
That's it.
First started rolling in my head immediately when I saw that come on the screen. I was like, yeah.
And like Adam's got that one down to a science already guaranteed.
Well, we look forward to hearing it next week, Adam. We get at least 1 minute. 1 minute of it.
Ooh.
Sure, that's like a verse and a chorus.
You know what? I do like Kenny B's idea, that nice raspy ace of spades.
Yeah.
Nick went straight Alabama. some Leonard Skinner.
All right, I'll stop hijacking your stream now.
That's all right. Because since you did hijack it, we're gonna let you go first because it is time to go around the room and call it a night.
Pass her around.
Uh-oh.
You get to be the pivot man tonight, so you're first.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Thanks for having me. Get yourself some custard brew. And that's the wrong one.
It's
Blueberry?
gizzard brew.
Custard brew, gizzard brew. Put these together. This is a concentrate, so only put like 1 drop. Heaven. Thanks for having me. Good night.
Yummy.
Where can they find you?
Nowhere. Proceed.
That's not true at all.
Proceed. Fresh, take it away.
So this Friday we are having Shindo, the Shindog, the real MVP of the DIY scene. We're having Shindo on. We're going to finish out the Shindo shots, and then there's quite a bit of stuff going on in the vaping world. We covered a little bit of it tonight, but there is easily an hour worth of chat going on with what's going on in the vaping world right now. So it's a slow time for legislation, but it's a good time for news stories.
Kyle.
That's what we got. That's what we got this week. I'm going to send it over to Happy Birthday to Jesse.
Thanks for having me on, TJ. Everybody get some of this, but don't put blueberry in it.
What?
Because it don't need it.
Well, it doesn't. But
It's fucking awesome by itself. Or you can put blueberry in it. I prefer not.
I like both.
But anyway, everybody check out my website that you already know about, standup3d.com, my Instagram and YouTubes and stuff. And yeah, just thanks again for having me on every Wednesday. It's awesome. I'm happy that you're wanting to change things up and freshen it up a little bit. I think it's gonna be awesome. Go Adam!
Yay! Yeah, what everybody said and what everybody's gonna say. Check out everybody's stuff. And because everybody has some form of vaping entertainment going on, so yeah, just check everybody out. And as I say every once in a while, do yourself a favor and learn how to mix some juice, because DIYing is fucking awesome. And yeah, check out my bands if you feel like it. I'll post a link right now.
Meow.
Fucking magnificent.
Thank you, TJ, for having me, and I will pass it to Nick Devine.
Thank you. Yeah, Golf T, thanks for having me on. Check out Adore Eliquid, coming out with a new flavor soon. Check out I'm No Joe. Check out Meter Vapes YouTube channel where we talk about MMA. Check out Vaping Swag, of course. Get that Gizzard Brew. And next time I'll be live is Saturday night at 8:30 on my channel. Check out my Instagram, which I'm going to put a link up. And then there's a link to my YouTube on the Instagram. And yeah, just thanks for having me on. And that's it. Spread the word about vaping and how it's not as bad as what everybody's telling everybody. That's it. Oh, I'm going to pass it to, I got to think about this one. I got to pass it to Fresh. Yeah. Or Pippa.
I already
Pippa, yeah.
Who, me? Yeah. First, go and check out my little live review that's now not so live review. If you missed it on Deep Down Under Vaping Facebook page, great job, Brian. Absolute honor to have one of the first coloured top sides. Yes, I paid good money for it. And I'm unashamed to say that I spent good money on it. It's
what color is it?
It's purple. It's beautiful. It's purple. All beautiful things are purple. Did you not know that? That's why I prefer to use Adore e-liquid. Uh-oh, it's upside down. You know why? Because the glitter from Adore e-liquid falls down under. You can even buy her e-liquid now here at thehouseofclouds.com.au if you're watching this from Australia, or otherwise adoreeliquid.com.au using the code PINKPUSSY. My preferred choice is Banana Bondage. I can't get enough. Otherwise, you can check us out or check out what I do normally in the area of DIY on DIY Down Under. I have a YouTube channel. We do a fun weekly show at 7 p.m. USA Eastern Standard Time. Fresh has been on. Quite a few interesting, awesome people come out and hang out with us. And on a show I like to call Mixing With Me Mates every Saturday night. And also, yeah, check out what we do with all the other interesting information and keep up with it on DIYdownunder.com. Otherwise, thank you for having me on the show, TJ, and thank you for everybody who supports those who support the industry and who advocate. Last quick plug. Not that it really matters, probably for the States, but it kind of does matter, you know what I mean? LegalizeVaping.com.au, wherever you are, let your parliamentarians know that, you know, it's not good enough. We need to be able to become smoke-free and just keep on planting those seeds so that way we can make a difference in the long term. Don't think your little bit isn't enough, because from little drops, big drops grow. That's my little saying anyway. Thanks again.
Who?
Oh, who am I going to? I can't go to the meter. I can't go to Fresh. I can't go. I can't, because we've got to end with
I think you got one person left.
World famous sermon, and all I can say is I've got sporkles. Hashtag the new thing. Hashtag sporkles. Hashtag sporkles means that you've got eyes for nothing but spork life.
It's a sporticle.
It's a whole different thing, but that works too.
So
I was going to say, is Gizzard's do okay with sporkles?
Yeah, it's all right.
Hashtag sporkles. It's over to you.
Sporkles.
Gazardo, Magnifico, Spork Life.
All right, thank you, Peepaw, for noticing that I'm still here. I want to shout out Duck Pond E-Liquids. Why
Good
not?
call.
And Coil Vapes, this one, of course. And get yourself some Golden Joe. We talked about it tonight. It's a very good caramel macchiato vape. And hazy custard. It's always winter. Look at that. I have a whole nother 120 ready to go, though, so I'll be fine. Thanks for asking. And thanks for having me, Golf Tee. It's been fun. I think that what we discussed tonight will be great going forward. And back to you at the Pissy Pants desk.
All right, I'm at the Pissy Pants desk tonight. Woo, no poopy pants.
Next week's poopy pants.
Just wait.
It's coming, I know, one of these days again. But I will continue to take it. First thing I'm going to mention before I get into anything. Do you ever notice when somebody says request a song, there's always that one fucking guy. You can hear him in any room. It doesn't matter who they are.
Freebird!
Freebird. Nick Devine is that fucking guy.
Freebird, motherfucker!
I was saving that, praying to God that nobody else would say anything about it yet, so I just want to say, you're that fucking guy, Nick.
I want to hear that 12-minute karaoke. Adam Pilarczyk.
Also, did want to say a quick shout out to the Great Wombatsky popping in late, as well as Edward Knapp is in the house. When we're streaming Mimi is, hope you're doing better there. Hopefully things are getting well for you. Now, on to the blasting everybody under the sun out. Yes, pay attention very closely to Adore Liquid. There is some new dropping, and yes, Pippa, that banana bondage is the hotness.
Oh, gotcha.
So is this lemon ecstasy, though. I do love that as well. And then I do have some hazy custard that is sitting in the back waiting to be vaped whenever I get around to it. I think it's on about 2 months of steep time now, so she's going to be nice and tasty here in a little bit. Also, do go over to Vaping Swag. You can get yourself some of the Gizzard Brew, or while you're over there, you can also get some of the wonderful fall flavors that are out now. That Soul Warming Cider and the Harvest Moon. Both of them phenomenal vapes on themselves. If you're looking to get white girl wasted, that Harvest Moon is where it's at. I'm telling you, pumpkin spice, bread roll, lots of cream cheese frosting. And then that Soul Warming Cider, though, that is a wonderful mulled cider. It's a great, wonderful, just excellent fall vape. You did knock out the this one, that one, Coil Vapes as a whole. That's all just excellent. Basically, anything on the pinkpussylist.com. Go there. Those are people that do take care of the community. And when you're using that site, you are going to get taken care of as well, because everyone on that site is going to give you some sort of discount. So make sure you do go and check that site out as well. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. Everybody on the panel, thanks for coming out and hang up. I appreciate it. All the input that we did get tonight, excellent. As I said, I am going to change this format up because realized I'm in a rut, don't like where it's going. Not that the rut is a bad thing, because I've always enjoyed the show, but it needs some sort of change of pace. We need a little bit of freshness in here, so we're going to definitely freshen it up a bit.
I thought we spiced it up tonight.
We did do a good job of spicing it up tonight, and that was excellent. But it's definitely something I want as a more permanent change to get that, keep the flare in here, keep the flame going.
The enthusiasm.
That's it. Also, one thing I don't want to forget about, make sure you're educating, advocating, and not for ourselves, not for any of you out there, not for any of us on the panel. We're all good to go. It's for those people who have not made the switch from the stinkies yet, so we have to keep fighting for them. Whether it's backing, not blowing smoke, or whoever it is, follow your calls to action wherever you may be in the world. And if you can help somewhere else in the world, by all means, because it is not just a U.S.-born fight. This is a worldwide problem that we need to solve, getting people off of the stinkies. So wherever you can help to help advocate, if it means you try to find a phone book for some other country, whether it be Australia, someplace in the Philippines, wherever, find an address, right? I'm from this area, this address, blah, blah, blah. Send it to them. Doubtful that they're going to go check, but it's a good way to advocate. Other than that, I'm not going to bang that too much in your head. If you can, just do what you can to help the community. That's what it's all about. We want the community to grow. We want people to live a healthier lifestyle, so make sure you're doing your parts. Other than that, one last thing. Like I said, if you guys do have any ideas for things to do with the show, it's the last time I'm going to mention it tonight, please shoot me a message, whether it's on here on YouTube or one of the other outlets there. You can always email me at golftvapes@gmail.com. I want to take everybody into account here because, like I said, I want this still to be a viewer-ran show, even when it's not a viewer-ran show all the time. By that I mean, I'm not going to do that, hey, you guys choose the topics every week, but I still want you guys to have input because that's why I'm doing it. It's not for me at this point anymore. I've made that realization that it's for everyone else. That's why I do it. Don't get me wrong. I love hanging out and talking shit and hanging out with everybody, but it's not for me anymore. It's for you guys. That's why I'm continuing to do this. Like I said earlier, if it was just for me, I probably would have stopped about a year ago, right after I hit the 1 year mark. But then I realized I'm not doing it for me anymore. I'm doing it for everybody else as well. Because you guys are obviously enjoying it. Otherwise, you wouldn't come back. And so, please let me know your thoughts. I would greatly appreciate it. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and send it on over to the one, the only, the Meter Vapes.
TJ, first and foremost, thank you for having me on. It is always truly and genuinely the highlight of my Wednesday, knowing that no matter what nonsense has gone throughout my day, that I have a panel full of lunatics and a crowd full of psychopaths here to help me end my day and get my center back and get back to the only meter I know how to be. And I appreciate that more than anything. I just met my goal for the day, apparently. First and foremost, Lumi1992 on twitch.tv is where you can find Lumi. Since she won't pimp herself, I will take the moment to pimp her. Take care of those that take care of the community. ThePinkPussyList.com. You will find everyone that plays a part in making sure this community is the thing that we all know and love. On that note, everyone, this week, there's no reason for a homework assignment. There's nothing major going on. We don't have a big fight we don't have to worry about this week. So the only thing that I would ask is that everyone who's listening to this, everyone that's watching this, take 10 seconds out of your day sometime in the next 24 hours and go wish Stroker a happy birthday, because he's not as young as he thinks he is and he ain't getting any younger. So everybody show him just a little bit of love if you want to. But other than that, my message for the evening, the only thing I would impart on you wonderful folks that are here every week to hear me splabble about, be there. Just be there. Sometimes that's all you have to be, because none of us would be where we are. None of us would be smoke-free without at least that one person who was just there at that moment where you had your doubter, when your interest started to turn, somebody who was there with just that word of advice, that piece of education that got you to stay on the path that you're on. I want everyone out there to be that person in the next week, because some of the guys know. I've had a couple of fairly notably named people in the last couple of weeks reach out to me, of all fucking people, for some reason, for help getting them off the stinkies. And while they're not all off them yet, they are all making progress. And I'm very proud of that, because I am there. I am repeating my job. I am following up. I'm not being pushy, but anytime there's a question, anytime there's a doubt, I am there, because I had people that did that for me. So it's my goal to do that for other people. And I want everyone who vapes and everyone who's off the cigarettes to do that for someone as well. You don't have to fight. You don't have to be an advocate. All you have to be is there, because we have to band together or we will be banned together. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Gizzard, are you ready to take us out in the old traditional sense?
I am. Okay, folks, as you go through the rest of your week, try your darndest to be nice to someone, if possible. And get off your butts and vape! Get off your butts and vape. 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 Get off your butts and vape.
You were backdating to your birthday, Jason.
I was going to say, you should